Hello, I'm your host, Jonathan Miller, and today I'm joined by Dean Taylor, CEO of Diamcor Mining, ticker symbol DMIFF on the OTCQB, and ticker symbol DMI on the TSX. Dean, thank you so much for
How you doing, Jonathan? Good to be here.
Doing excellent.
Good. Excellent.
So tell us a little bit more about Diamcor.
Well, Diamcor's a production-focused diamond mining company. We have a long history of supplying rough diamonds to the world market. Our main project is in South Africa. We sell everything through Dubai, and we're just building out our big project at Kronendorp at Venetia, which is co-located with De Beers. So we're pretty exciting. Yeah, it's been a long road, a long time to get it up and running and everything. So we think that this is a key inflection point we're at right now, and we're looking forward to it. So we're pretty excited about the year.
It sounds very exciting. We look forward to following along. Tell us a little bit more about the company's history. How you got involved with the company?
Sure. I've been around. Most of the guys of the team is a lot of ex-De Beers, a lot of different guys. My background was essentially corporate and acquisitions and that. We took over a good operational team, probably 15 years ago. They had some projects then. We then knew that De Beers was going to divest of certain projects. So what we did was we spent about 4 years looking to acquire a production-ready or near-term production-ready asset from them with some growth capability, and ultimately we were selected by De Beers to acquire Kronendorp. We're the only ones that coexist with De Beers on a project like this, and what the project is about 1,000 vertical meters of the pipe of Venetia, which is obviously a very prolific mine, about $4.5 billion probably in the end spent on it.
Wow.
About 1,000 meters of that was pushed off in a glacial event and then erosion. And so we acquired about just under 6,000 hectares right next to the pipe. And all we do is strip mine that out. The diamonds are mixed with material on the surface, and we basically track those displacements and recover the diamonds that way. So very low cost. Same diamonds as Venetia, and a lot of displacement. So we're excited. It's a great project.
That's excellent. And can you tell us a little bit more about a larger M&A strategy the company may have?
Yeah, we're looking. We have a strategic alliance with Tiffany's. Tiffany's is a shareholder in the company, a small shareholder. This project is really at the kind of finalization. They take a long time to get up and running. We spent about 4 years, let's say, going through the process of trying to acquire something. Then we spend, 6-7 years getting all the infrastructure, the roads, the power lines, the dams, the housing, the equipment, plants, everything like that in, which is where we are. We do trial mining, which is about, we've recovered just a little over 200,000 carats out of there. So that's generated about 40 million. So we cash flow. And with this project now, we feel like we're like a quarter away. We've started a bigger drilling and bulk sampling program to try and define some of the greater areas of what we actually have to get the bigger number of what we're looking at. If you look at Venetia, if 50 million tons of that pipe came off, we know Venetia is roughly 100 carats per 100 tons. So, maybe as much as 50 million carats went somewhere. We're never going to find that much, but if we can locate 5 to 10 million, we're, $1 billion, $2 billion in gross revenue at very low cost with good margin. This project, like you say, it's been a long time going. It should, really start to ramp up here in the next quarter or two. We're doing some final stuff right now just to sort of give ourselves independence of the power system completely in South Africa, which is important. They're having some trouble there. So that's sort of what this quarter is all about. And then going forward, we see sort of these shortages in rough diamonds as a lot of the mines start to go away.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely are looking at different strategies in terms of who can we JV, who can we, what other stuff can we look at sort of as growth. I mean, right now we're on the venture and, sitting on the OTC, but I think in the end, the potential for us to sort of gain some size here and get some momentum and then, ultimately try and look at, see what the options are if it makes more sense for our shareholders to move over to, get a U.S. exchange kind of going. So there's a lot going on in the current project. There's a lot going on in terms of discussions of what we can do for growth and where we end up in terms of getting the proper valuation. So it's a busy year.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And what are some of the company's key performance indicators? How do you guys measure your successes?
Well, I think it's all about getting the volume up for us. If we look at right now, I mean, we were essentially pretty much ready to go pre-COVID. COVID, it took everybody down for a couple of years, difficult time. Then we came out of COVID, we kind of recovered and went back to where we were before in terms of getting this thing wrapped up and ready to go. The last sort of 2 quarters, South Africa, it's widely understood that they have some issues with power, and the reliability of that is really a trick. We had announced we were going to put in a battery energy storage system to be able to switch from the power line to gensets. Even with that now, we feel like, and part of the plan right now is to look at, running gensets, almost exclusively, just to gain independence of that power system until they can get it sorted out and get it back to the reliable state it should be in. So that's, you always have these little deviations. It's frustrating. We see fatigue. Our market cap is, beat up heavily, as everybody in the junior space is. But, these things, like the deal is a solid deal. There's excellent people involved, and we think this is the key inflection point. So, going forward, I think, this is a really unique opportunity right now. So, and I think it's going to be a fun year. I think we're going to see not only Krone come on and demonstrate what its value is, but a lot of other stuff where, our goal is to be, not the biggest, but to be a good supplier of high quality gem and near gem quality to some of the best guys in the world. That's what we do.
It's a great story. I mean, you have great partners, great investors, and we all know in mining there's highs and lows.
For sure.
And what are some of the strategies for dealing with the low points, and what are some common misconceptions around your industry?
Well, we're very lucky, as you say. We have good partners. Management and insiders own, pretty close to 40% of the company. We've been in for a long time. Nobody's going anywhere. And our big shareholder base is really, really solid. So everybody, we get into these lows, and when you look at it, there's really no magic bullet per se. What this comes down to is everybody will say, what do what's going to change things, or what's going to make it better, and get the stock price up and get the valuation to where you need it. And to me, it's just simple. It's execution. Yeah. That's all this comes down to. It's not a complicated project. Sure, there's different things that happen in terms of trials and tribulations with any mining project that you do. Usually they go down to these really low levels, it seems like at the end, and then, they take off as they go, and you get a dramatic change. I mean, right now we're sitting with a market cap of sub 20 million. We've probably, spent close to 100 million on the project. So it's a bit of a disconnect. And, I was talking to a couple of guys this morning, and they said, how do we look at it? And like I said to them, the simple question is we've been around for better part of 20 years. We're not going out of business. So to me, the market cap is at a point where if you're going out of business, then it's not worth anything. If you're not, then it's certainly worth a lot more than it is in my mind. So I think that's, like I say, it all comes down to execution now. And I think we've got a great team, and they'll demonstrate, we'll get to the point where the volumes come up and revenues. And we've already showed, we can be profitable on a couple thousand carats a month. So, it's just a matter of, with the power, if you can't run the plant, if you can't get the volume through, if you can't get this going, that type of stuff, it's tricky. And a lot of the bigger displacement we feel is outside the fence. So that's really what we're focused on at this point, is getting to that. And then, like you say, growth from there.
That's excellent. It sounds, exploration and mining sounds like such an exciting industry to be in. So.
Well, it's, the thing we try and focus on is really what we look for is, there's straight exploration, which is very difficult. There's nothing new in diamond mining been found for many years. If you and I went out tomorrow and found the next diamond mine, it probably cost us a couple of $1 billion minimum, and we'd be 15 years before we'd see anything come out of it. So it's not a quick process, and there's nothing really been found. So we try and look for these smaller, non-core assets that are, they're not big enough for De Beers. They're perfect for us. And those types of deals, we can get them up and running. We like exploration where we get a deal that's near-term production that we can get it going and generate revenue and earnings even from, and then have some upside or growth after the fact. That's really what we look for, and good quality, gem or near gem type diamonds. That's what we're looking for.
Absolutely. And where can investors find out more about the company?
Our website is always there, diamcor.com. Certainly, the LD Micro and all the different stuff, our presentations are all on that. I always have my contact information on there if anybody has any questions or whatever. Happy to answer any questions anytime. So,
thank you so much.
You bet. Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Company's Diamcor Mining CEO Dean Taylor. Thank you so much for being here.
Cheers, Jonathan. Great.